Okay, are we live? I think we're live. Looks like it is. Testing, going live. Let me... Okay. Today we're going to do the tool head. Well, at least part of it. The part that rides on the rail. And hopefully we can route the belts. Okay. So, I printed it off. I actually assembled it mostly, except for the micro switch, which, there it is. Got it all pretty much in there. Tested to fit, and I'm still printing a piece for it. Oops. What you doing? Oh my goodness, are you going potty? Well, we didn't need to see that. Pebbles, what are you doing? I'm making a sneaky. Lay down, Pebbles. Lower than suggested. Pebbles, come here. Come here. Hang on a second. Dog malfunction. Pebbles, it's okay. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. You want the heater up? This right here. Is it camera? Is there a camera? Oh, there she goes. Okay. Oh, she's got the heater on. Don't worry. She's got the heater going. You want to see what it's from a different view? She's got a little heater. The other camera right on it. Checking her out. I know. Okay. So, here's what we got. All the parts printed out. I ordered a Orbiter 2.5 extruder. Just got a regular E3D V6 or a clone. Got a 4028, like a server fan. Got all the parts printed. This is the... Oh, are you excited? Okay. Anyways. Printed out, I think this one's called the Kraken. The little, what do you call it? Part cooling nozzle. Should work quite well. Okay. Already done all the heat set inserts, as you can see. I've pre-assembled some of these pieces. The tool head is kind of like you pick your own, so you got to do, or you got to pick one and go with it. And I just realized that I'm supposed to feed the wires for the switch, the end stop, through there before putting it on here. So I either need to depin the connector to slide them through, or unsolder it real quick. I think I can depin the connector. they're not polarized. Don't be that hard. Hopefully. You guys see all right? What are we doing? Oh, 4 cameras, yes. 4 whole cameras. Compliments of goodwill. Yeah, except one of them. Oh, there you go, Pebbles. And for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, my dog down there, that's Pebbles. She's about 15. She's got some, health issues, pancreatitis. She's had the IVDD. She's had the surgery. She really wants to be with me. Can't leave her in the front of the house with me back here because she just whines and moans and wants to be out here. So that's her little spot down below the workbench. Of course, she'd rather be outside digging holes, chasing squirrels and birds and whatnot. But she gets into trouble if we let her out there by herself. So, gotta keep her in here. And of course, she really likes to be in front of the heater. I don't know if you've ever depinned a connector. These are a pain in the butt. Can you see that? Okay. But I really don't feel like heating up the soldering iron. Again, resoldering it. So make note, you may have to thread your wires through a part before putting a bulky connector on the end of them. Of course, this is just a recycled connector too. Can't remember what I cut it off of, probably some other printer part. There. Ooh, I wonder which way the end stop switch is supposed to sit. Let's take a look. So you're supposed to choose a tool head. EVA 2.4. I'm doing the EVA 3 base, the E34M1. Which here, let me see if I can bring that page up. So, go to the page. Basically, it gives you a bunch of different STLs you can print off depending on what parts you're going to use. And where's the assembly guide? And of course, it's kind of an overview. These are these neat little videos. Of course, the one in this video shows a end stop PCB. But I'm using the one with the incorporated. So I need really tiny screws. Or does it say which way the lever's supposed to face? Or does it even matter? Shows it facing the rear, so we're going to put it in like that. There's actually 2 little screw holes in there, but I'm not even sure. Of course, the kit doesn't come with the screws you need. pick and choose from the assortment. Thinking it's like 2 by 10 millimeter? Yeah, 2 by 10 millimeter should be plenty. Actually, I could probably do 2 by 8. As long as it'll go all the way through the switch. Looks like it will. 2 by 8. Thread that in there. Looks like the plastic was not threaded beforehand. Or not even... Geez. I need to drill a hole! Take a little nap, Pebbles. Take a little nap. Take a little nap. Okay. Well, I've got small drill bits here somewhere. Little tiny drill bits. Alright, what we got for our view here? Let's go back to that. Good girl, Pebs. Just hanging out down there. There, that's nice. And it seems, so when I was digging through all the files, trying to figure out what I was supposed to print, turned out to be more like what I could print. It's like a choose your own adventure. Pick your hot end, pick your extruder, pick your style, pick your cooling method. There are so many options. So, first step would be to assemble this little guy here. Got your end stop switch of your choosing. Don't forget you got to have all the heat set inserts in there. That will go right on top of there. Oh, you know what? I'm going to make it a little easier on myself to repin this connector before I lose parts. Which way does it go? Now switches are non-polarized. I mean, they're just either normally open or normally closed. I have this one soldered into the normally closed position. That's recommended so that if there's a malfunction in your wiring, it will open, thus causing a trigger, which would of course be better than it ramming into the side and not triggering it. So that's the recommended path that way. Yeah, nose itches. Great. So don't snug them down until you get them in there all the way. I have not chosen whether I'm going to do a Toolhead board or just run all the wires back to the controller. I don't even know if I'm going to end up using the factory, the Creality board that came with it and just flash clipper to that directly, since I'm not doing the Hydra 3 triple motor down below. can still utilize the original board, but I do have an Octopus Pro board that I could use. Might be a little overkill, but that's that. I think I'll just get it running probably with the factory board, and then if it doesn't work, I'll do some further upgrades. Next step is to slightly bigger. Let's switch this over here. A little less going on in that corner. I'll move this over just a hair. A little better? Okay. So, next step. And what's nice is this GitHub page actually will they'll give you the bill of materials right here. That might vary, of course, if you choose slightly different options. But you get the gist of it. Like this next step, you put we're kind of attaching it all together, surrounding the linear rail, the extrusion, and carriage. So top and bottom pieces with the long screws. Now I got this one off printables. It's a slightly modified fan duct. I had to put the screw through here, or screw in the nut first, because once you put that in, once you attach the screws through here that hold it to this, you can't put the screw through the hole because the head blocks it out, because they basically overlap. You'll see what I mean. It's like this, right in there. Come on. I'll still be able to get the tool in there. Cooling duct. This kind of sandwiches everything together. Oh. There we go. And same as always, make sure you've got all your heat set inserts installed. This is the front unit, I guess. I have to call it. Well, the core assembly. So the nice part is if I get a different hot end, or even a different extruder, I can change it out without having to change this part. Or at least not change it much. Because decisions. Maybe I want to go faster later. But really, I just want to get it printing. So I'll get these started. What's that thing going to do? That is that's the printer's print head. It's the part that melts plastic and cools it back down, all at the same time. And it's all fun colors. And if you're wondering, the filament used for the teal and this, it's actually UV hot pink, which I'll show you in just a second because I do have a black light in here. I think that's the Polymaker, Polymaker teal and Polymaker UV pink ABS. So here, check this out. Whoa, cool. Some high vis. I know, Pebbles. I turned the light off. Don't worry. Fun stuff. Alright. So, once that's all snugly down, flip that into position. And then the bolt goes in the back to kind of hold it all together. Should have got a lazy Susan for this thing. Spin it around. Make it a lot easier. So, now the core assembly is together. It's cool because now you can change your fan, change your hot end, and whatnot. Yeah, and so you've got all of course choices. I think the one in this video actually shows a 50-15 regular cooling part cooling fan. But I am doing different. The part I'm going to use, which actually I'm still printing the guard for it right now, but it's going to be this beefy server fan. It's a, what do they call it, 40-28. So that'll sit right there on top. I'm going to wait for my print to finish. We'll have the fan blade guard, because these are sharp. And this, yeah, don't want to get anything caught in that. It's definitely not a finger. And actually, I think before we continue with assembling this, oh, the belts. Yes. This is the part we will need to go to the other assembly manual for. It shows that you wrap them around the edges and put the little clamps in there. So, back to this. Belts. Here's a reference. Top belt and bottom belt. So, what does it say to do? Cut the belt in half. We need 2, since the kit supplies 1. Ta-da! 1 really long belt. $6 meters to be exact. Flush cuts. That's a lot of belt. Jeez. You sure I need all that? Damn. Guess I don't want you to run out, huh? Under 5 Pro. We don't have a minimum recommended length in the Under 5 Plus, which is what this is. Yeah. Alright, aim for 3 meters, which is exactly half. So even though there's enough here to tie up a lot, you can see that. And put the ends together, of course, and then find the halfway point. Keep them the same. Snip. Alright, I have 2 separate equal length belts. Important. Set belt and grabber. Put the end of one belt top left belt catch, the ribs facing out. One belt other belt. Okay, so it looks like we gotta do both belts, or the teeth facing towards you, towards me, whatever. Put them in there. Gotta feed them in. Oh, you guys probably want to see this. Oh no, my cord's not long enough. Let's move that back. So, something like that. Feed it back through. Sorry if I'm wiggling the camera too much. Trying to do this one-handed. Hold the camera, hold the belt. You know how it goes. I do not have... Pebbles is she's a cute little assistant, but she's not able to help much in this aspect. Okay. Something like that, and then we're going to take this little, the belt grabber, and put it up there. I'm going to see if I can latch this camera in right... How about that? Is that going to work? Aim up a little bit. There. How about that? We'll do that for just a minute. So what do the instructions say? So we're actually going to want to do kind of like this, but so it says wrap it in, put it through, let the teeth grip each other, and then put the locking mechanism on there. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Huh. Oh yeah, and these got little grips on them, so I don't think we need that much. Maybe pull them through. Same length. Grippy teeth facing it. Oh, come on. No! I'm dropping stuff. Get it all tightened up. Snugly. Okay. Oh yeah. Just can't pull those out. Okay. Let's put this back over here for now. Where are you? Right there, fine? How about that? How about that? Okay. That's gonna be... Okay, next step. Threading the belts will tug on the tool head quite a bit. Temporarily putting long ends 3 Oh, okay, so we need to basically lock it into position somehow. Probably center, I would assume. How about we just take our belt alignment, or not belt alignment, you know, these alignment pegs. You do that? You hold everything there? Yeah, kind of, sort of. Ooh, there we go. Actually. It says to take some long screws and drop them in the... Drop them in there like that. Ah, yeah, there we go. Use those as little spacers. Okay. Now it can't move much. Move a little, but not much. Okay. feed the belt. Pinch the top belt between one thumb and forefinger. Oh, make sure it's, yeah, okay. So you're going to want to make sure the belt's flat all the way down, which is a long way. Basically, you don't want it to twist, because otherwise it's going to be a pain. Make sure it stays orientated the same way the whole path. So, to the... Hi, Pebbles. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Feed it around to the X joint and the smooth idler. Ah, okay, so feed it through there. You guys need to be able to see this a little bit better. Again. Open this. Hello. This is not optimal. I think I need like a camera crane. You see that? Kinda, sorta. Kinda, sorta. Yeah, kinda, sorta. Then back around. Man, all the way past the back? Seriously? Oh dear, we have to move the printer forward. I'm hitting junk on my bookshelf. Around left stepper tower. This doesn't seem right. Okay. Oh, so pull it all the way through, don't let it tangle, and then make sure it's all straight. I see. Okay, so it's like that. Phew, that's still a lot of belt. To the X joint, around the left stepper tower, and then into the right stepper. So feed the smooth side of the belt. Okay, still got it flat. We got to go around the stepper motor. It's like feed it through here. I don't know if you can see this right here. It's like you got to feed it in and then around. Sorry, camera. Trying to put you in a good spot here. Feed that through. Oh no, it fell. Okay, I'm gonna just pull the slack. Just gotta like hold that back up on there. And then it wants to move the whole gantry. So wrap it around the stepper motor. You can see it's wrapped around the stepper motor pulley. Still trying to keep it not tangled, but also not dropping on the ground. This is almost a two-person job. I'll feed it through like that. Or like threading a sewing machine, maybe. Okay, I think I got it. You see that right there? Yeah. So in through, we got the smooth side of the belt on the smooth pulleys, while the toothed side wraps around the toothed pulley on the motor. Then, I guess it comes back up here. Woo! Sorry about the camera angles. Got that wrapped around like that, and then okay, it goes all the way to the front tensioner and then back to the X carriage. So it's keeping the smooth side facing in. Yeah, make sure it doesn't twist anywhere. Keeping it flat. I think for you, a little poker kind of help guide it through. There we go. You guys see that up there? Kind of, sort of. Eye pebbles. Follow stretch. Alright. Woo! I think I got it on there. Okay. Oh look, a little bit to spare. Not much extra though. Feed that through its final home. Not gonna trim it yet. Don't trim it early. You can always remove belt later. You can't add it back. It's like what we say about wiring. Well, not without junctions anyways. Okay. I'm going to leave the extra. Give you a quick look. So, got a hook there. Runs along, goes around this one, through the tensioner. Kind of floats out here, goes in, around the motor, back out, around the top, over there, around the outside smooth one. My cord's not long enough, but it basically goes around the smooth idler here and tightens up right there. And it looks like it'll be basically the same thing in reverse for the other side. So, how about that? Totally forgot about that. Okay. We'll trim that later. Verify your belt's free of twists and engages to the pulley and every top level idler. Yes. Bottom belts. Okay, so it's kind of the same thing, but slightly backwards. So, all the way to the end, keeping it straight. Thread it through. How's the view up top? Can we... it slightly smaller. Okay. Looks like round. Tooth idler on this side. And you'll know that you have something kind of out of whack if, you know, if the tooth side of the belt is rubbing on a non-toothed pulley or vice versa. Because it's all set up in such a way that, well, smooth on smooth and toothed on toothed. And if your belt flip-flops around, you can always straighten it. There's enough space in these corners and idlers and whatnot to be able to wiggle around if you need to. Alright, and this one's got to go through this motor. Around. I'll spare you because I know that other camera can't reach over here anyways. But basically, same thing as the other side. It's got to go around the motor, the toothed part, then back through all the smooth idlers. Might be easier to pull a bunch through, get yourself some slack, then you can feed it through. Of course, this end is the inside corner. I'm actually going to snip off a tiny bit because I don't know if you can see it on the camera up here. It's really curled because the well, that was the inside of the little coil when they ship it to you, which kind of held its shape from being so tightly wound up. Oh my gosh, this does not want to go through. There we go. I'm going to pull the slack out without it being engaged to the motor, just a little faster. Push a little slack bubble in there to make sure it's actually on the pulleys. And all the way around the outside. Oh, don't want to include my camera's USB cable. And then there, goodbye. Okay, how about sit over here for a minute? Sorry, hands in the way. Little slack. Go through here. Okay. Almost had it. Almost. The little towers are tricky. You got to make sure you're through the correct little slots. The curl of the belt will want to naturally avoid those. Uh-oh, we got a twist. There, untwist. Why are you not tight? There we go. Pebbles. You're just snoozing down there. Okay, come on, man. Trying to thread it back through here. It wants to curl the opposite direction. There. We'll pull it snug. Okay, now that the belts are through all of their homes. Oh, here. You can see the little diagram. Just that's how it's supposed to end up being. Of course, it doesn't show you the plastic bits you have to avoid, but as long as it's on the pulleys as indicated by the instructions, we'll be fine. Just enough to hold the belts. Okay, so adjusting the belts, here's the trick. Equal length. Extra length of belt on the right side should be equal. Well, one could hope. Okay, so we can make it equal.
What are you doing, kid? What are you doing?
Oh. See what this is? That's a floaty. Okay. Curious pebbles.
You're so close, the camera can't even see you now. Is the camera looking at you, Pebble? Is the camera looking at you? No. Is it gonna get you?
Okay, so we're playing with pebbles now. Very important part of the build. So now it's to make sure all these are actually in their idlers. You don't want them up on the flanges, I guess you'd call it. So I've got to snug them both up. Still got the print head right in the middle. Oh, of course, got to get our little grabber plate in there. I'll get it ready. Make sure all the way around the back side, around each of your motor pulleys. What are you doing? Oh, do you know that it's time for dinner soon? It's almost Pebbles' dinner time. And mine. We'll wrap this up for today in a little bit. We'll have a bunch more to do soon, electronics and whatnot. So make sure there's no excess slack. They're kind of the same on all that. Pinch those belts together. We'll put the belt grabber in. Come on. Oh dear. And I'm dropping stuff. Okay. And if you don't already have a set, you got to get a set of the, aluminum type, whatever brand, with the hardened tool steel. In this case, it's titanium nitride, I think it was. I can't even remember. I bought these 26 years ago. Team Intigi. I think they still make stuff. It's for RC cars, but these make a huge difference with your Allen sets having quality tools versus the little L wrenches. especially for the smaller, you know, M3s and M2s, definitely the M2s and 2.5s. The little cheesy little Allen keys you get in the box are, you know, you'll end up stripping them out a lot easier with those. Let's come back up here. Alright, good. Yeah, kind of, sort of. Pebbles. Pebbles. What are you doing? Oh my god. You can see Pebbles is definitely interested in leaving. Wait, oh, hi. Pebbles. Come here. Come in a little bit. Just for a little bit more. Just for a little bit more. Good girl. I mean, come on, at least you gotta turn the heater off. Okay. Get your sweetie. Get your sweetie. Roar. Roar. Okay. Distracted again. So once they're actually clipped on both sides, you can remove your little stops and kind of test it. Nothing, the motors aren't skipping teeth, so they're at least minimally tightened. Oh, and if you have your motors plugged into the board, don't run it back and forth quickly. They generate electricity, and you can potentially fry stuff. There's no board here at all. There's no wires to the motors, so no trouble doing this now. But word of caution. Keep away. Remove obstructions, loosen tensioner bolts. Distances should be equal. But I don't know, I feel like this may be pre-tensioning. I should probably pull a little bit more through here rather than utilizing the tensioners themselves, which are, I mean, they got wiggle room. So, pull it a little tighter. Turn that down. Okay. See that? Not too bad. Okay. Tensioners in the front. Where do we have that locked down? Well, the L keys, of course, come in handy for large, like the M5s. I don't have one of the fancy wrenches for yet, so, but they're a lot harder to strip out than the little ones. Now, I know some people use basically an audio tuning guide to pluck it like a guitar string. I do not have that app, nor do I even know what the proper tight frequency is. I suppose if I have skipped, or if the belts are skipping while printing, then I know that there's going to be an issue, or if I have excessive ringing and the accelerometer can't compensate for that, then I probably have a belt tension problem. But I'll find that out later. This is, of course, just a base setup. It does say to make sure that your tensioners are equally distanced from the plates. So So of course we'll do that real quick just to kind of check it. Not the most accurate measurement, but it's like 6 millimeters of space. 6 millimeters. Safe to say, I think I can trim off the extra belt. Definitely don't want to have that hanging out. I like to leave just a little bit though, maybe 20 millimeters for sake of adjustment. And something to grab onto. Pebbles. I know, it's almost dinner time. It's almost dinner time. Alright. Oh yeah. Don't forget. Lock the blocks down. Ta-da! So now we have the belts, the Toolhead core unit, which includes the part cooling ducting and the mounting plate for our extruder and our hot end. Just real quick, I'm not going to put it together now, but we got the, like I said, E3D V6 clone. There's all sorts of files, STLs out there for various other hot ends, whatever your preference is. That's the cool part. Same thing, you know, extruder will go up on top. Got your extruder plate. I've got my pre-cut piece of PTFE tubing to go between the pieces. And I'll just kind of stack on there like that. Obviously I'm not tightening it down yet, but you get the idea. End stop piece, of course, will go over here, then you can adjust it where you need it. I might actually go with there's a smaller one that's supposed to bring it all the way to the edge of the bed, but I do not know how much room I'll actually need. Find out once I get everything moving. And my print for... How did these get in there? Can you believe that? Did not screw these down and somehow they threaded in. Wild. Alright, it's almost done. We gotta check it out. Maybe I'll keep going for just a little bit longer. Oh, strum the left belt span with the spectrum analysis app. Pebbles, are you getting too warm? Alright, fine. It is pretty warm. I'm looking at here right now. Pebbles, what are you doing? Is it time for dinners? Time for dinners? Alright. Hang on. Give me a few more minutes. We're at 3 minutes remaining on the duct. Of course, this says. Okay, I'm just going to step right on the camera. Strongest, lowest frequency response in your app? Well, that doesn't give me an actual frequency. Oh wait, there it is. Dial it in. 110 to 120 hertz. Which I suppose you could do if you know what that sounds like. If you have a function generator, we're just doing audio. What does it sound like? Actually, this sounds a little bit lower on this side. We'll just make them equal. minute pebbles. The y-axis end stop. Oh yeah, okay, so I got that little guy made. That should be pretty easy. Well, pre-soldered I should say, not made. This little one. Looks like it goes right over here. But we'll put that on later. I think Pebbles really wants to go get some dinner. So we're gonna wrap it up here. Let me do a little overview. This is bigger. So what we did was belts. And here's how it is all set up. Tension plates, the core assembly, the end stop switch, the ducting. Got these routed. Sorry about the focus. This camera does not have focus adjustment, as far as I know. As it is just a little webcam. Tensioners. So that hopefully is that. I'll figure out the app, do the tensioning with that, or use the computer with the microphone, something of the sort. And I still gotta choose. Oh good, it's done. Yay. Ooh, check it out. Downloaded off of printables today. Let's see, who did that one? Can I reopen closed tabs? Who do we have there for this? Angry Pigeon 123, the Velocity Stack fan cover. Here, check it out. We'll see how it works. Thanks, guy. And it looks good.
Oh, is it? You want to see it?
Do you approve? Yeah, it's not food, I know. Probably kind of stinky. It's ABS. Luckily it's cooled down now. So, got your fan, got the long screws, stacked right on top of that. They just drop right in there. Of course, check to make sure when you mount these that your fan is blowing the direction you intend on it. I did verified by powering mine up on the bench. Ding. The phone dinged. Probably means dinner time. Alright, well that looks pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll leave it up as I do with my other ones, because this is easier than editing videos and trying to do multiple camera angles and whatnot, but as you can tell, it's not the best either, but hey, if you guys have any recommendations for me or suggestions, let me know in the comments. I will definitely read them. I'll get back to you if you have any questions too. Alright, well, thanks a bunch. You ready to get dinner, Pebbles? You ready for dinner? Are you ready for dinner? I see that little butt. I see that little butt. Oh, you ready? Ready to go outside? Okay, let's go.